Well, I'm Lat. I'm the CEO and co-founder of TakeTheInterview. So before we go any further, I'd like you to learn a little bit more about the vision of TakeTheInterview.
Here you're looking for a new boss, yeah? Someone to tell a bunch of discontented, under-encouraged drones what to do every day. When do I start? Yeah?
TakeTheInterview solves two problems. The first I realized from my own experience recruiting. Most resumes look the same, reveal little about candidates, and are about as exciting to read as watching paint dry. So resumes just aren't enough. So how do you choose the right person to interview in person? The second problem is that often you know in the first few minutes of meeting a candidate that they're a no for your organization. But you need to continue to interview them for 30 minutes to an hour. So clearly, there are inefficiencies in the interviewing process. Well, TakeTheInterview is that solution. We're a SaaS platform for automated video interviewing. We're a filter between the resume review and the in-person interview and facilitate asynchronous, meaning not live interviews that employers can review at their convenience. We also enable organizational decision-making by allowing you to share those interviews with other members of your organization. So this evolved from a convergence of trends. Number one is the millennial generation. People 25 and older are used to videotaping others. People 25 and younger are used to videotaping themselves. It's true. The migration towards business productivity tools to the cloud, the ubiquity of webcams on both tablets and built into your PCs, hopefully an improvement in the unemployment rate, and an increase in online video consumption. So what is our business model? We're a subscription-based model. We have a 3-tiered pricing and service structure. We've managed to sign up several customers to date in academia, in the hospitality and retail industries where there's high customer turnover and high customer touch. So now we're going to take you inside the employer portal of the TTI beta. It's not live, so I know I'm not going to get that commendation. But let's take a look. So basically, it's very simple to log in. You get brought to your dashboard. You can easily create a new interview. You name that interview. You can type an introduction to multiple candidates. You would put the job criteria, or you can upload a company culture video to let them know about the position. When you're ready, you can choose from our drop-down menu of thousands of questions, set the duration that you would like the candidate to respond to that question, and you have the ability to also customize that question. So very simple process. You can make these interviews in basically 5 minutes or less. Once you're ready, you have the ability to invite candidates by allowing them to respond to a public posting. So you can embed the Take the Interview button in your job posting, or you have the ability to email the candidates and invite them to take the interview after you've reviewed their resume. When you're ready to review responses, you click View Responses. It takes you into the video portal. You click on the candidate, and now you can watch their video. You can watch their entire video or their entire interview, or you can use our drop-down menu to just see their answers to specific questions. This allows for very simple evaluative criteria because you can actually review 100 candidates all answering the same question. We have some social aspects too. You can share it with other members of your organization who you've authorized as admins. You have the typical comment box, similar to Facebook and other social tools, where you can add comments that are date and time stamped, and you can rate candidates using our system. So that's the employer portal. If you want to learn about the candidate portal, stop by our booth. So here's our management team. As I said, I'm Daniela. I'm the CEO. I'm an Arthur Rock Fellow of Entrepreneurship at Harvard Business School. My background was portfolio company operations of consumer and tech companies. Andrew Paradise is my co-founding investor. He's the CEO of Aislebuyer. We have Dan McDonald with us. He has 18 years of experience and was formerly at Intralinks. Charbel Abdul is our COO, who is head of user experience at Desktone, and Bhuwan Chola, our VP of engineering, who is a senior developer at Raytheon. So lastly, what are our accomplishments to date? Well, we've received incubator traction, whether you like them or hate them. We have Dogpatch Labs and Dream It Ventures, who have both been supportive of Take the Interview. We've raised some seed financing. We've received executed LOIs. We've attracted experienced advisors, and we've received press in Economy, TechCrunch, and we're voted one of the hot 5 startups to watch by Mass High Tech. It's always good to have some press. So why should you take the interview? Number 1, in the long run, you'll get better candidates with less headaches. Number 2, we'll save you a lot of time and money. Number 3, customers are evidently willing to use TTI and pay for it. Number 4, we will make money our first month of launch. And number 5, we have a great team with over 40 years of startup experience. So it's time for a next generation solution for recruiting.
Well done, well done. And time for Q&A.
And time for Q&A.
So 4 more minutes. All right.
Congratulations on the most complete 6 minutes I've seen today.
Try to do my best.
Nothing wrong with a good quarter. So how is it being used in the field? How are people finding this after using the interview process?
So we launch in 3 weeks.
Oh,
so we're launching the private beta to the customers that you saw on the slide, as well as some other customers and recruiting managers. So we hope they'll love it.
What's the pricing model?
So right now we have a 3-tiered pricing and service structure, and it goes from $69.95 for non-EOC compliant. So that means companies essentially with 30 employees or less, all the way up to $300 a month, so about $3,600 for an annual subscription for unlimited use of the platform.
Any partnerships with any of the job boards or LinkedIn?
Oh, yes. We're working on them right now. So we are exploring partnerships, obviously, with the job posting sites. But one area for development for us is obviously partnerships with some of the applicant tracking systems. So this could work really well with someone like BrassRing or Connexa, or the other existing solutions out there, and there's definitely white space for this. So being a plug-in there, or maybe sitting on, let's say, LinkedIn's API or another job posting site's API, I think that those are obviously the opportunities and the ways in which we scale.
So I married a broadcast journalist, and she taught me this word, telegenic, and it means how well you look, not just in a picture, but on video, on camera.
Sure.
And it turns out that I'm terrible. I'm not telegenic.
Still married you?
And she still married me. It took a lot of convincing. Had to fly halfway around the world to convince her. But two, most of us actually are not telegenic. That's why broadcast journalists get paid a lot to actually look good on and present well.
Yep.
Not just look, but actually present well, communicate. Is there any academic research around the efficacy of kind of video-based or video conference-based interviewing as a way to filter for candidates?
Yeah, no, I think we haven't seen any specific research on that, but I think one aspect of what we're doing, it will address what you're trying to get at, and I think that's the education piece. And so one aspect, which we didn't show you today because we only had 6 minutes, is the candidate portal, and that really allows you the education and the tools. How do you become telegenic? Or at least, how do you take a decent video interview where you can get over your apprehension initially? So we provide those tools. We have demo videos. We have content. We allow you to go on the candidate platform for free and use it as a mock interview tool. So you can imagine the uses for career centers, academic centers. Right. So that's what we're doing. So the important part about what we're trying to do, which I think is very differentiated, is yes, we're selling to employers. They're the ones who are paying the subscription, but we're not neglecting the candidates. We understand that to some extent, this is a change of behavior. And in order to make that happen, you need to handhold these people, even the millennial generation who is used to using video to communicate. So we will provide that in order to make that a palatable thing for candidates.
So just want to bring up my timeline, my question. What's your barrier to entry? I mean, no offense on this thing. It's anyone can do video. There's videos as a service somewhere. These job portals, LinkedIn could do it. What's going to stop anyone?
Yeah, no, I think that's right. So we're adding certain features that we haven't rolled them out yet, but that we're going to be filing some provisional patents on. So certain things need to be EOC compliant. So of course, anyone can build a video response platform. Anyone can do this. But in order to sell this effectively to our target customer, you need to know the process, and you need to have the research and the legal knowledge of what is EOC compliance. How can you sell this to hiring managers? Because that's all they care about. I'm going to be quite frank.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Sorry, the rest of it we'll take offline.
You need to know a bit more. Okay,
all
thank
right.
you.
Well done, though.
Thanks.
Fantastic. All right. Thanks to all the teams. Wonderful.